Pain is temporary, regret is permanent. Pain has a way of feeling endless when you're in it. The burn in your muscles during the last repetition, the exhaustion when you wake up before sunrise, the discomfort of discipline, the sting of rejection, the frustration of failure. In those moments, pain feels heavy. It feels overwhelming. It feels like it will never end, but it does. Pain fades, muscles recover, energy returns, emotions settle. Even heartbreak softens with time. What feels unbearable today becomes a memory tomorrow. Regret is different. Regret doesn't fade the same way pain does. It lingers. It whispers at night when everything is quiet. It shows up years later in the form of, what if? What if I had tried? What if I had taken that risk? What if I had pushed through when it got hard? The pain of effort lasts hours. The pain of discipline lasts moments. But the pain of regret can last a lifetime. Most people avoid short-term pain without realizing they are choosing long-term regret. They skip the workout to avoid discomfort. They stay silent to avoid embarrassment. They don't apply, don't start, don't try, all to avoid temporary struggle, but comfort has a hidden cost. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you are planting the seed of regret. It may not show immediately. In fact, it may feel good at first, relief, ease, no pressure. But over time, that relief turns into dissatisfaction. You see others progressing, you feel stuck. You wonder why your life hasn't changed. Deep down, growth requires discomfort. There is no strength without resistance, no confidence without challenge, no success without sacrifice. Pain is the price of progress. When you train your body, you tear muscle fibers. They rebuild stronger. When you push your mind, you struggle to understand something new. Eventually, clarity comes. When you face your fears, your heart races. But afterward, your courage expands. The pain is the process. Think about every achievement you admire. Every athlete, every entrepreneur, every disciplined individual, they all endured discomfort. They faced moments where quitting would have been easier. They experienced doubt, fatigue, and setbacks. But they chose temporary pain over permanent regret. That choice separates average from exceptional. The truth is, you will experience pain either way. If you work hard, you'll feel the pain of effort. If you don't, you'll feel the pain of stagnation. If you take risks, you'll feel the fear of uncertainty. If you avoid risks, you'll feel the pain of missed opportunity. Pain is unavoidable. Regret is optional. When you are older and looking back on your life, what will matter more? The early mornings you didn't want to wake up for, or the dreams you never chased? The tough conversations you were afraid to have, or the relationships you lost because you stayed silent? Temporary discomfort builds permanent pride. Permanent regret builds permanent frustration. The hardest part is that pain often comes first and reward comes later. Your brain wants immediate comfort. It wants to avoid stress. It wants safety. But growth demands delayed gratification. It demands endurance. You must train yourself to tolerate discomfort. When you feel like quitting during a workout, remind yourself the pain will pass. When you feel embarrassed trying something new, remember the feeling will fade. When you fail, remember failure is not final, it's feedback. Every time you push through pain, you expand your limits. And something powerful happens. You begin to trust yourself. You realize you can handle more than you thought. The things that once intimidated you become manageable. The discomfort that once stopped you becomes familiar. you grow stronger mentally. Regret, on the other hand, weakens you. It drains your confidence. It makes you question your courage. It reminds you of moments where you didn't step up. And those reminders don't disappear easily. It's better to fail trying than to wonder forever. Failure brings lessons. Regret brings doubt. Pain builds resilience. Regret builds insecurity. When you're standing at a crossroads, one path comfortable and easy, the other challenging and uncertain, ask yourself which pain you are willing to carry. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret? One sharp and short, the other slow and lasting. Temporary pain is proof that you are pushing boundaries. It's evidence that you are striving for more. It's a sign that you are alive, growing, evolving. Embrace it. This doesn't mean you seek unnecessary suffering. It means you don't run from productive discomfort. You don't avoid the gym because it's hard. You don't avoid studying because it's frustrating. You don't avoid responsibility because it's stressful. You lean into the process because the process shapes you. The person you want to become is on the other side of discomfort, stronger, smarter, more confident, more capable. And the person you fear becoming, the one filled with excuses and what ifs, is built by avoiding it. Imagine two futures. In one, you endured the struggle. You pushed through fear. You faced rejection. You put in the work. Maybe you failed a few times, but you kept going. Years later, you look back with pride. You know you gave it everything. In the other, you avoided risk. You chose safety every time. You protected your comfort. Years later, you look back with curiosity and regret. You wonder how far you could have gone. Which future feels heavier? Temporary pain tests you. Regret defines you. Choose the test, because tests make you stronger. Every drop of sweat, every late night, every uncomfortable conversation, every disciplined decision, they all pass. But the identity you build from enduring them stays. Pain teaches you discipline. Pain teaches you patience. Pain teaches you humility and grit. Regret teaches you nothing except what you should have done. Life moves quickly. Opportunities don't wait forever. Energy doesn't stay the same forever. Time doesn't pause for hesitation. Act while you can. Push while you can. Try while you can. Years from now, you won't regret the effort. You won't regret the courage. You won't regret pushing past your limits. You will regret the times you didn't. So when it gets hard, and it will, remind yourself that this discomfort is temporary. The soreness will fade. The fear will shrink. The embarrassment will disappear, but the pride of knowing you didn't quit, that lasts. Pain is temporary. Regret is permanent. Choose wisely.